Hi guys, welcome to my little YouTube channel. My name is Philip Damiano on a beautiful, well, I wouldn't say sunny morning. You can actually, I don't know if you could hear that, but there's a storm, bit of thunder brewing up. So this is going to be a shortish video. So I thought, let's talk a little bit about my camp setup here. So one day I'll do a video showing me setting up this camp and how long it takes for me to pull up at a campsite, get my awning out, pop up my rooftop tent, get my chair out and put a meal on. And that's why I've gone to a setup such as these. And that's what we're going to briefly talk about. So I want to go over a little bit about what you see here, my awning. Now I've done videos on it before. So as you know, I've gone through many different types of awnings. If you go back on my YouTube channel, you'll see there's some videos on there on some of the awnings that I've used over the past. And I think there's something like 10 or 8 or 10 different awnings. These type awnings that go right around and covers this back area, so you got your cooking area as such, are my favourite by a long shot. They're my favourite. So perfect for my setup, as you can see here. Now I've had others similar to that, but I didn't use them that much because of the work involved in setting them up. They were quite heavy, they weren't freestanding. Yes, they were light, but they weren't that much lighter. Probably only less than 10 kilos the difference. So for the sake of an extra 10 kilos, I can save that elsewhere. I can save 10 kilos elsewhere. You can get yourself something like this that's freestanding. And guys, when I set this up, there was a bit of a wind blowing through here and this handled it no problems. That though depends on which awning you choose. In my case, I've got the original that started making. As far as I know, these guys have designed these particular 360 quick setup freestanding 360 degree awnings back in 2008. They were the first to make. They're based in South Africa. So this is made in South Africa using quality South African canvas. Same as my Bundertop. My Bundertech Bundertop rooftop tent, also made in South Africa. So guys, as we're sitting here, it's just starting to rain a bit. So if it gets any heavier, I'm going to move the camera under the cover here. We'll keep going as long as we can before this storm arrives. So, what is it? It's an Ostrich Wing. This here is an Ostrich Wing. Most of you probably know by now, if you followed my other videos, that I now own the Ostrich Wing awning. What I love about this awning is how rigid it is, how strong it is, and a lot to do that is not just with the awning, but it's to do with the brackets that I'm using up here. You can see Tough Touring. I've got a plaque there, Tough Touring on. Tough Touring is a company that based down in Victoria here in Australia that designs and makes brackets to suit many different types of awnings and many different types of mounting systems, whether it's your roof rack, whether you've got a Bundertop, or whether you got, I'm sure they'll probably be able to do something else for other rooftop tents as well. They make good sturdy brackets. So do yourself a favour and go and check out Tough Touring down in Victoria. They've got a website and it's called, I think it's toughtouring.com.au. Otherwise, just do a Google search for Tough Touring brackets and I'm sure you'll find them straight away. They makes a big difference for a nice, clean, easy setup. And one of the unique features about that is the way they've got it set up, that it connects. So I can swing this out and it's got a hook on the end here, so I don't need to use that long cable to tie it off onto the vehicle. And I just walk it around, bang, hook on there, bang, set up, set up, perfect tension all the time. Never have to readjust it, nothing. If there's a strong storm building up, and also it's going to be a fair bit of wind, which we've got a storm building up, but it's more of a heat storm. I think most of it's actually missing us, just going over the north side of town. I'm just looking out to me right here, and it's just going right around us. So I think we're going to be safe here for a while yet. That makes it a lot easier to set up, a lot quicker as well, and it also eliminates the use of another pole on that end there. Now these do come with their drop down poles, as I showed you before. You can see here they're just velcroed on here. I just drop that down and I'll just grab a quick peg and a rope and just peg that out to hold it down. But you only need to do that if you got some strong winds. All right guys, so this one here can handle more winds, more than any other awning that I've seen. So it's quite sturdy. And for that reason, it's very easy for me to set up. And for that reason, I use this a lot. When I had other types of awnings where they were not freestanding, I couldn't put them out if there was any wind around, because most of the time I was on my own, or I had to ask a fellow camper to help me. I had to put all the ropes, poles, everything. It was quite a deal of work to set up. And not just that, if I pull up at a rest stop area, particularly if it's warm, I can't get the awning out because there's no way for me to hammer the pegs into concrete, a bitumen road. This here, anywhere I pull up, swing this out, cook up a bit of lunch, under the shade, boom, swing it back, very quick to do, and it's on the way traveling. So for that reason, because it's so quick and easy to set up, even though this here costs a lot more than the other awnings I've had, this has been a lot better value for me because I use it. I use it a lot. And that's what it's all about. Particularly of my style of camping, I want quick, easy setup. So I'll do a video one day coming up soon showing you full time. I don't have to speed it up like a lot of you guys out there have to when you do your setup videos. This here will be full time showing you how quick this is to set up with little effort. How simple it is. And the bedding's already made. Sheets already made. I don't need to have extra time on making the bedding up. So we'll do that one day soon. But for now, yeah, just a quick bit of a talk about this one here. So awesome. Another feature with this, so a lot of the others don't. This has got really heavy canvas, really heavy duty canvas. And the good thing about that, it doesn't suffer the pooling like a lot of others do. For example, once you get a little bit of water in these sections, then the canvas starts to stretch. But because this is such heavy duty canvas, it doesn't suffer that issue. Although they still do recommend to be careful when there's a lot of storms around, to drop the legs down just in case you get a freakish storm with strong winds. Drop your legs down, peg it down, and maybe get one of those tarp clamps you can get, hook it on here and just pull that down just to make sure to be on the safe side. But guys, I've been through some storms with this, and so far I have not found that I had to use those tarp clamps. I usually carry them with me in the car. In fact, a mate of mine down in Brizzy, you know who you are, Aussie, he actually gave me a set of those, and they're at home at the moment. I haven't put them back in the car right now, but I'll do a video and show you those tarp clamps one day and show you how easy they are to use and the advantage of using them, particularly if it rains. If it rains, guys, hopefully one day I'll be able to get a video in while it's raining. So guys, I'm down here on the banks of the beautiful Burnett River, a little bit further up on the spot that I normally go to when I'm camping, because with an eye up, there's actually someone camping there. I kid you not. Hey, there's no sign saying you cannot camp here. The councils don't come around here to tell you can't camp here. So yeah, I'd love to. It'd be great to imagine camping in this spot here. You're going to have the most awesome sunrises and sunsets. So virtually particularly the sunset will be over the water, because the sunset will be out that direction. So you'll have that nice reflection over the water to sit back. It would be awesome. It would be awesome. But I don't know if I'd like to take the risk and trying to camp here, but there's a full-blown camp set up in front of my vehicle about 100 meters that way, where I normally park when I do these videos. But in saying that, this is quite a nice spot here. I don't mind this spot here at all, but that's funny. And you can see it's a fairly busy road here. It's a bit of a shortcut to get through from Burnett Heads through into town if you know the way. Particularly if you're a cyclist, it makes a really good track. So you can ride from Bundy all the way to Burnett Heads, staying away from most of the major roads by going through this way here. But it's a lot of windy tracks, etc. So you really do need to know your way here. And you can hear all the cars that's going past there. So guys, right, so we're at Burnett Heads. You can probably see just over my right shoulder, a couple of times I've spoken about it. That's Kirby's Wall. That's Kirby's Wall, guys. So that used to be a very famous spot to go fishing. I remember as a kid, even as a teenager, coming down here fishing for bream during winter. Perfect spot to pick up your bream. Geez, we used to get some nice feed of bream along that wall. As the tide comes down, you'll notice it's a lot more easier to see. So obviously you go fishing there when the tides are down low. So the tides are fairly high now, but it's coming down fairly quick. And you can see Kirby's Wall, and it's just running all the way along here. And it just starts right there. So you park here pretty much where I am now. And that wall is really long. I don't know how many meters that be. There have to be at least a few hundred meters there. And there'd be times where you'd like this. You're virtually 1.5 meters from the next person next to you. Whoa, that was a big flash of lightning, guys. There's a big flash of lightning just off over there. So we might call this video, eh? Pack this up before it gets too wet. And that storm's getting closer. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's thunder right above me and it's starting to shower a bit. So I might call this video a little bit shorter today. So guys, look after yourself, eh? Be kind to everyone and take care. Until next time, cheers.